fair. Now I want to speak on really quick that whole, like you said, the women at different age demographics having less time. That's really why they be trying to push. That's why older women be trying to put shot clocks on men, Kelly. Because, like you
Yeah,
said,
that
they
has a
know
lot
they
to
have
do
a
with
body.
it, for sure.
Right. So,
It has
but
a
like,
lot to do with it.
why are
The,
women? Why are women our age? Why are you trying to put a shot clock on a man? Like, why are you trying to be? Why are you trying to be
because
married? Why are you trying to be married young so bad? Why are you trying to be married so young?
because they don't want to be the woman who dates the guy for 6 7 years as just a girlfriend and then nothing ever becomes of it. That's a lot of like at that damn near you attached a part of your chunk of your life, a chunk of your youth to that person. So for me, I'm not dating nobody who's not talking about marriage from jump. I'm not saying you got to be talking about marriage with me, but you need to be talking about marriage in general,
Right.
right? Because I know by the time I'm 30, I know that that's where I want my life to lead into marriage, the family, the kids, and all of that stability. So if a man is not talking about that, that should be a red flag. You shouldn't try to pressure him into it. You should just move accordingly. That's not the guy for you. If you want the guy that's just out here dating and we'll see where it goes, let's just live our life young and da 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 da. If that's the guy you want to date, then you should know. I'm not saying that's you. I'm
I
just
know.
saying. I'm just saying. Then you should know that that's the guy you're dating. And if things don't end up in marriage, then you can't be mad later. You decided to date him and think that you could change his mind. That's a whole different thing. If I'm dating at 26, I want to meet a guy who's talking about marriage, point blank, period. Who wants that, who sees that for himself. And at a certain point, I want to know that you could see that in me. Not tomorrow, maybe not next year. Oh, no. Probably by like 3 4 months, I would want you to at least allude to me that you could see me in that position. Because I don't think it takes a man that long. You're going to know if she's wifey type or not quickly.
You okay? You gonna know if she's wifey type or not
I'm not saying you got to buy
quickly.
the ring in 3 months, but like, he's going to express that, I would believe, that he can imagine you being his wife, imagine you having his kids, imagine you being his life partner. He's going to know that. It's not going to take him 2 3 years for that.
Okay, listen though. I say this all the time to the women that are in our age demographic that want to be married so bad right now and that want to start having a family, start having kids right now. They want to do it with men in our age demographic. And in all reality, majority of men in our age demographic are not trying to be married right now and really are
Right.
not even fit to be married.
I
But
agree.
so what I tell women in our age demographic is if you really want to be married so bad right now and start a family right now, you need to be looking to date older men.
Right.
You need to be
Yeah.
looking to date men that are at the very least in their early 30s, but you
Probably
should
like
even be
35.
entertaining men in their mid 30s as well because those men should be in a much better financial position than people in our age demographic because
I agree.
we're just starting our careers. We're building our
Yeah.
financial foundations.
Yeah.
We're
I,
saving money.
yeah.
We're working towards getting our first home. We're just starting our investments and looking to obtain certain
Yeah.
assets and things of that nature. Why in the world would you want to? Why in the world? And y'all, and that's another thing. Black women are not talking about building with men. You don't want to be with no. You don't want to be with no man that you have to build with. So you're gonna have to build with most
Mm.
men that are in our age demographic.
Yeah,
So
I think that's dangerous. I
date the
think that's
older
dangerous
man.
if
Date the
you,
man that's
yeah.
already
Yeah.
fit for marriage. Date the
Yeah.
man that's at a certain place financially. He probably got a crib already. That if he's not, thank you for the microphones, Demarcus. That date the man that already got the he's if he hasn't paid his house off already, he's close to paying it off or he's working towards it. Date a man that's fit for marriage because what happens, Kelly, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you respond. What happens a lot is these women in our age demographic, they'll get married to a man in our age demographic, have babies with him, and then 3 4 years down the line, when things don't work out because this man really wasn't fit to be married in the first place, they get a divorce, and now this woman is like 29, 30, 31. She's a single mother of two, three kids, and now she's trying to go back into the dating market. And that's just it's not going to work out well for her. So
I agree.
either be that career woman in your mid to late 20s and start looking to build a family in your early 30s, or if you want to have a family so bad right now, go get with an older man. That's because those older men, they are more than open to dating and marrying younger women. But y'all don't want to deal with those older men because you don't find them attractive. They're boring because the stuff that you want to do in your mid 20s, you want to be outside taking girls trips and doing this, that, and the third. You want to be going with Noble here, there, and yonder. They already done that already, so they don't want to. They don't want to do that anymore. They might just want to go to a dinner every now and then and chill. So they're boring to y'all, and they're not that attractive to y'all. But those are the men that have the stuff that
And
y'all say that you
those are
want.
also the men that are not gonna like play any of that bullshit. Like you're gonna have to come as an already made wife, right? Like wife in a box, already programmed to do what. Like they're not gonna really tolerate like teaching you how to be a wife. Which is why to me, I don't know why like women my age, if they're building right now, I don't see why you would want to be married right now at 26, 27, 25. Like to me, that would be crazy. Right? I think women that are like that are probably the women that are like feeding to date, like, you know, these rich basketball players, rappers, and like men that they think already have all this money and they're just going to take care of them. They probably don't really have much of themselves because at this age, if you're a woman and you're doing, you know, you doing the damn thing for yourself, I don't see why you would want to do anything more than just date, you know, just date seriously, maybe find a boyfriend that you could see yourself with, but getting married and having kids right now as a rush, I don't see what would be the purpose in that. So,
And I'm not
yeah, so men
I'm
that
not
are
doing
running
it,
into
Kelly.
women like that, I would probably say, yeah, she's probably looking for somebody to make her life for her,
Yeah,
as opposed to, like
and
you
that's why
said, building with
I'm
somebody.
not doing that.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't even have to do that. Like
No.
I'm in my soft boy era. I'm out here thriving. So like I'm not going to do that. Thank you, supervillain. So that's why when we talk about the whole time thing, there's not any girl that can come to me and say, I want to be in this position by who are you talking to?
See, but I don't think it
Who are
has
you
to come
talking
off.
to?
But no, but I don't think it has to
Just
come
tell
off
me.
like that. And I'm gonna hop off soon, but I don't think it has to come off like, well, if you want to talk to me, you need to know that I'm gonna be married by 30 years. Like, it doesn't have to always come off like that when somebody is sharing to you what their projected timeline is. And I say projected because life is gonna come at you crazy. You don't really know. Right? Like we could be saying we want to be married by 30 and we don't get married till we're 37. Like we don't know. Or we could say we don't be married till 30 and we find the love of our life and married by 28. You really don't know. But there's ways in expressing your wants and your boundaries and your expectations for your life without it coming off offensive to somebody who shares those like-minded things, right? Like you might find someone you're thinking 4 or 5 years, they're thinking like 3 years. You can find a middle in that, right? Like they wait a little bit longer and you don't wait as long. Like it's about finding somebody who's like-minded. I don't think it always has to come off like, oh, who are you talking to? Like it, it's an expectation. It's a
But
boundary.
But Kelly, they don't even have to. It doesn't even have to come off a certain way. That's indirectly the energy that that man or woman is giving off. Like for example, if I said, "Hey," if I said, "Kelly, listen, I know you just graduated law school. You know, you about to take the bar here. You about to be starting at your firm this fall. But I want to be in a relationship with you. And just so you know, I want you to. I want a baby by like next December. So like, is that something
No.
that you're? Wouldn't you look at
Absolutely.
me crazy if I told you
I would
like,
be like, absolutely not.
okay,
Because
so
that's
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
At 20,
Don't
like,
tell
why
me
would
that
you
you
be
got a
telling
24-month. Don't tell me that you got a 24-month. Whatever. Like, who are
clock?
you talking to?
Okay. So it just needs to come off a little. Okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I don't think the word eventually is going to work. I think you do need some sort of time measurement. It doesn't have to be like 24 months. It doesn't have to be like, I need to know if you love me by 3 months. No. I think as you go through situations, you kind of talk and, you know, you figure it out. But you do need to set strict boundaries because people will play with you and they'll play with your time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, they will. And we see that time and time again. Women do it and men do it. So,
So
um,
what would you say? What would you say? What would you? Okay, what do you think is an appropriate way for a woman that I don't know? She wants to be married in 36 months
36 months is so weird.
She wants to be married in at least 36 months, and she wants to start having kids within the next 48 to 54 months. If she was talking to a guy right now, what do you think is an appropriate way for her to communicate that to that man?
I think it's weird to put a specific timeline on a person that you don't know that much yet. Like, you can have different types of chemistries and connections with people. Sometimes it takes longer to develop. Sometimes it can happen overnight. So I don't know if I want to be married in 36 months to you, but I can know that I want to be married in a year to somebody else, right? Like it all depends. But I think the best way to do it is when you're having those, you know, those first date, second date, third date conversations, and what are your intentions? What do you want? That's when I would deliver that. You know, I'm starting my new job. I feel like I'm getting into a position where I'm financially stable. I have my place. I have my job. I have my career. I have other things in my life that I want. The next thing that I'm looking for is a relationship. I'm looking for marriage. I'm looking for that type of family structure. And I think I would be, you know, interested in having that in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm interested in having that in the next year and a half. If I meet somebody that I really enjoy dating, you know, I like you. I feel like we would make a good, you know, couple. And you kind of like smooth it in there like that. You know,
See,
like
that is an appropriate way to go about it.
Through. It's not like, oh, well,
If a girl told me that, I'll be like, got you.
Right? Because then it lets you know you only have a certain amount of time to really like figure out what you want with this woman, right? Like she's not just here for you to play around with her time.
Exactly. I'm gonna inherently know that, but don't tell me, like, so, you know, I'm looking to do this like within 24 months. So just so you know, no.
I think when people do that, they're willing to get married to anybody who will take them as a wife.
Those people are desperate.
I don't want that. Yeah. They're just looking for a man to fill the role of a husband, not necessarily looking for that specific man to be their husband. So yeah, you gotta have discernment with shit like that.
Yeah, let me